Hey my wonderful friends, welcome back to a new video. We are back in the forest. I will take you for a walk, and today we have an interesting topic to talk about. The name of this video is I have enough of this. If you're in the phase of your life where you're saying I have enough of this, and you're saying this too many times, then this is for you. So the thing is that when your desire for something new becomes stronger than a habit for staying the same, you will start looking for the potential things you can do to make a change in your life. Maybe you can find yourself stressing out because of finances, stressing out because of people around you. Maybe you're surrounded with toxicity. If all of that is happening for you, sometimes we forget that there are still a lot of things in our control, in our power to change. And firstly, I want to remind you to take a moment in a day and make it your moment, your time, and really think deeply about how your life is going. And know that it's okay if you don't like it. Know that it's okay if you don't like right now where you are. Know that it's okay if you feel like you're suffering right now. It's completely okay. We all need wake-up calls. We all need to feel down so we can find the stairs to get back up. We all need that. But it's not easy to be there if you feel you're alone. I want to remind you, you are not alone, because we all go through it. I know for myself, back in 2017, I went through this process when we and Maya decided to, we said, let's go on a mission to find ourselves, to find what we want to do with our lives. So we set ourselves onto a quest to go to travel, and let's travel for as long as we discover what we want to do with our lives. And it all sounds beautiful and wonderful. Oh, such an adventure. But at some point we've spent all our money and we found ourselves at places where we had no money to get back to our home, and we said, well, the only way to find a way the only way to find a solution is to surrender. We had many breakdowns, like we were sleeping in a car. Now I'm smiling when I'm thinking about this moment, but back at that time, like, we went through all kinds of emotions. Like, I know we could ask our families to help us, but we said, well, we will not give up on this. Like, if we truly want to discover what we want to do in our lives, we need to go through this alone. And that's what we did. For a few days, we've been miserable in that car. We were not, it was so heavy for that certain period of time that we didn't even leave our car. Like, we were there, we were screaming, we were thinking, we were all scared. Until at what point we said, look, if nothing else, we know something. And if we know something, we can do something with that knowingness. We can use our knowledge. And let's figure things out. We will figure things out. That's what we said. And that's the moment when we get out of that state where we say, I have enough of this. And we start figuring things out, right? We move ourselves out of that miserable state and we start figuring things out. So what happened, I started thinking, well, how to use my art. How could I make money with my art back at that time? And what I did, I started drawing cards, and then on the back side of that paper I wrote on my email, my number, and then I put that drawing somewhere on the car, or I've stuck it into a window if it was partially open, or I put it somewhere where an owner of the car could find it. And some of those owners wrote me, oh, such a beautiful drawing. But what happened a few days later, a hotel company contacted us if I could draw their offices. They're just renovating the whole place, if I could come there. Like they're admiring my work, and it was like I had an Instagram page and few posts of my art, not much, 30 followers. And a hotel company contacted me if I could come there and draw their offices before they renovate it. And we said, what about that, right? And it all happened because we said, let's find a way to pull ourselves out of the misery. It's a decision. Most people don't decide to do that. Most people stay in misery, but some people decide to pull themselves out. And we are getting into an unfamiliar zone. An unfamiliar zone means that we can't predict the possibility, but we can only have a great hope that a possibility exists. But the only way to find a possibility is to start looking for it. So if you find yourself in a state where you have enough of everything, you need to start looking for possibilities. But we can't say I'm looking for possibilities, but I'm living the same life as before. It requires a change, because the only way to experience a certain change is to make a change. We need to start feeding our minds with some new information. We need to start doing some new things. We need to, if you're truly searching for possibilities, let's act like this. Whatever you're doing, you may be an artist, you may be an owner of a certain shop or of a certain business, and you may be saying like, I'm lacking clients. But if you're wondering what to do to get out of there, you need to know what wisdom would do in that situation. Wisdom would would ask, well, what I know I should do, but I'm not doing it, right? That's what wisdom would do. And the only reason you're not doing it, what you know you should do, is because you have a certain fear, or you have, you're afraid of what people will say. You have a certain sense of shame, like, oh, I can't do it because I'm not good at it. Whatever it is, it all comes to your emotional blocks. And the only reason you've got yourself into this situation is so you would overcome those emotions. Because once you will overcome them, you will free yourself from that ancestral emotional pattern that is holding you in the cage. And at some point we discover, well, everything happened for a reason. So I was able to overcome what was before a block. And I want to remind you that you can become really attractive for the things that you want when the desire for change becomes stronger than a habit of staying the same. And that is so true. When a desire for change becomes stronger, we make a shift in our mind that starts to feel attracted towards a possibility. What does it mean? We all know what does it mean, right? You know it. It means that wherever you are, you will notice that there is a way, but only if I make some uncomfortable steps towards a direction that feels really unpleasant. And it may be a fact that it will be painful and it will be hard from a financial standpoint, from a mental standpoint, especially from an emotional standpoint, but it will be so profound from a spiritual standpoint. Because you will notice that you are not your beliefs. You will notice you're not your emotions. You will notice that those are all just byproducts of what you do. And when you follow the steps of greatness, you will start to feel great. And you will notice that that anything is possible when you decide that possibilities are there for you to grab them, to seek for them. And once you do it, your whole life will start aligning into a whole new direction. It's hard to say. People often say, what are the steps? What are the steps? And it's hard to say what are they, because you are on your unique journey. But the only thing I can say to you is to take yourself somewhere where you will not be distracted. Take a piece of paper and write down what would be your ideal life right now. Write it down. And then ask yourself, what do I know that I could do right now to get a bit closer to that ideal life? And forget about limiting beliefs that you have around how it is or it is not possible. Forget about it. Just write down, what do you know that you could do right now to get there? Like if you're an artist and you would like to start making money with your art, you could start selling prints of your art, something like I'm doing. You could start making t-shirts, stickers, digital files, and so on. You could write a book about your art. You could start promoting your art on social media. You could go and ask galleries if you could make an exhibition and promote your art there. You could do so much. It's our known territory. And even in that known territory, you will find many, many possibilities that feel unpleasant. And in that case, you need someone who will push you through this. Like I found a mentor when I've started walking on my journey with art. I found a mentor who pushed me through that process. She said to me, if you will wait to be ready, you will be waiting your whole life, because you will never be prepared enough for what is waiting you when an opportunity comes. So I said, okay, F it, and I did it. And what happened in 1 week, me and Maya built up a website. We created prints and all kinds of stuff for our advertisement. In 1 week, we've set up everything for that exhibition. And I'm just talking about it to give you an example how much can change when we truly push ourselves into change. But then there's an unknown territory. An unknown territory is a territory where we need to upgrade our knowledge. And to upgrade our knowledge, we need to study something new. We need to study people who are already where we want to be. And they know what we need to get there. And for that, we need to get ourselves into certain information that can help us. Because of our mirror neurons, we just start reflecting the behaviors of others. So if we're constantly studying the works of others, we may start behaving in a similar way that can help us to get there. It's never easy, but it works. So if you find yourself in a phase where you are saying, I have enough of this, you're right, you have enough of this. You deserve a change. You deserve to move forward. And I hope you found something valuable here in today's message. I felt I needed to share this with you because I know that these times right now may be challenging for many of us. But in challenging times, we may feel even more kinda pressured to find something better that can be more sustainable. And whatever you will find for yourself, I hope that it will provide you what you're searching for. I truly hope that. And I believe in you. So, my friends, till next time, I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Stay beautiful, stay wonderful, stay strong. Until next time, one love.